Welcome to Gashis Kaman TV. This is your host, Gashis Kaman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Kivuli cha Hayati Moi tayari kinaonekana Ikulu. His shadow is over. When you look at William Samoei Ruto very keenly, you see Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, especially when he was taking over power in 1978 all the way into the 80s. And today, an opinion was carried out and people were asked if the country is headed in the right direction. And shockingly, 75% of Kenyans believe that the country is headed in the wrong direction. And this is worrying. This is shocking. This is not expected at a time like this. Considering Ruto's administration is barely a month into the office, but people are already crying. People are weeping. There is wailing. Cows are dying. People are suffering. No water, no food, so many things. And this is what I call Ruto's painful injection. Na watu walikuwa wanatarajia kwamba rais angeleta mabadiliko makubwa sana yenye kumfaidi mwananchi wa kawaida. But when you look at what we are witnessing, I think Kenya is turning out into a willing market. The cost of living is very high. Fuel prices are very high. The uga, which is staple food for many Kenyans, is expected to start selling at 300 shillings anytime now. And if there are people who are crying, it is boda guys. A price of petrol at Kenya shilling 180. Na abiria, the passengers are paying 20 bob. Mama Boga is crying. Mama Boga cannot afford cooking oil. Hawezi akamudu bei ya mafuta ya kupikia. Hawezi akamudu bei ya uga. Hawezi akamudu nauli ya kusafiria. Ni kilio. Ndipo nikasema Kenya imekuwa soko la kilio. Walking along the roads, walking along the various highways, listening to the people in the markets, utasikia watu wakilia, utasikia kila mtu ni kulalamika. And Ruto seems not to care so much about the common mwananchi. When you look at the kind of life he's subjecting the Kenyans to, you wonder whether Ruto was actually prepared to lead this country. Because you see, he's subjecting Kenyans into by-elections. When you look at Garissa, he has already appointed Aden Duale in his cabinet, Alice Wahome in Kadara, Kipchumba Murkomen in Elgeyo Marakwet, and Bungoma, because this is where Tagula comes from. So all these things are happening because for not having proper plans. I believe there are so many technocrats who could have been appointed to the cabinet better than these guys, more competent than this. Because why do you have to subject a country to a by-election? Why? And the constitution is very clear that people who should be the cabinet should not be members of the National Assembly, should never be members of parliament or even the county assembly. And mark you, there are many other areas that we are going to have elections, especially in the wards, ambapo kuna ma-MCA wengi ambao watachaguliwa. So when you look at the cost of this, the cost of by-elections, the government is going to foot. And it is not the government that is going to foot the bill. It is Wajiku, ni Mama Boga, yule ambaye analala njaa. Mtu wa bodaboda yule ambaye ana shida bila kupata kazi. Mtu mkokoteni yule ambaye na burura rukwama, aburura mkokoteni anaenda nyumbani mikono mitupu. You really sympathize with the Kenyan situation. Again, when you look at this idea of lifting the ban on GMO, then you see a president who is not actually knowing what people are doing or what we want. People are not even being involved. People are not involved as required by the Constitution. It is a one-man show. Ni vile ambavyo Moi alikuwa tu akifanya, ndivyo ambavyo sasa tunashuhudia. Ndipo nikasema Moi's shadow is all over State House, all over the country, but only that it is now a younger shadow. Ni kivuli ambacho kinaonekana sasa ni kichaga kiasi, kwa sababu unapoangalia utapata nini? Utapata watu ndio wataathirika. The people are going to suffer, and I've said many times that GMO will interfere with your body immune system. GMO will interfere with your body system, everything, and bring so many diseases. Pharmaceutical companies are going to flock the market. They are going to come to Kenya to sell so that the Kenyans can buy, because we'll be suffering from so many diseases, including some really going all the way to their central nervous systems. And you see, the markets will be ready because the United Kingdoms and America will be ready to sell their GMO products in Kenya. And Kenyans will be ready to buy. Whereas we know very well in their countries, kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba they have been banned and they are not allowed to be used. Again, when you look at CBK, there is fear that Patrick Njoroge, the governor of Central Bank, may be repressed. The guy, I think, is a security of tenor. Lakini kile tunaona ni kwamba kutokana na vile ambavyo alimwambia Gachagua, you are wrong on this one, he was able to correct Gachagua and said the country has enough foreign exchange reserve, and there is no cause for alarm. Even if the shilling had dropped, then the people, the powers that be, they were not happy. And the talks in the town is that CBK governor is being forced to step down. So if he steps down, it will be bad for this country. It will be politicizing the central bank. And you know, central bank is very sensitive. It plays a key role in the economy of this country. Hatuwezi tukafunga macho. And again, today we witnessed the greatest day robbery in Parliament, in the National Assembly, when Moses Wetangula blatantly robbed Azimio, the majority party, being the majority party. You know, by all considerations, all factors, by law, and even according to the Constitution, even according to the Political Parties Act, even according to the Registrar of Political Parties, Azimio is the majority party in Parliament, and Kenya Kwanza is the minority. But Wetangula shamelessly went ahead and declared that Kenya Kwanza is the majority leader. This is very, very painful. This is very bad. This is a robbery with violence, because we cannot have a better term, because this is what is happening in Parliament. And this is what I'm calling the painful injection of electing a government that does not believe in democracy, a government that does not believe in the rule of law. That is why you are seeing, even in the judiciary now, being captured. You know, they are very good of talking about state capture, but very clearly they have now captured the judiciary. That's why you see people like Waitito being sent now scot-free. They have no case to answer. That's why you see people like Aisha Jumwa, you see, being nominated to the cabinet, yet they have cases to answer. And people who are now suffering are people who are affiliated to Azimio. So it will be very, very interesting. It will be a very painful injection for this country. Again, when you look at the blunders that Gachagua is making, you ask yourself whether we are going to continue like this. Blunder after blunder after blunder, one after another. And to add on this, the inflation that has hit this country, mfumuko wa bei umegonga 9.2. It is very, very interesting. A very interesting scenario. Kwa sababu if inflation is going to continue like this, I can tell you, within 6 months, this country is likely to collapse economically. If we continue like this, if inflation is going to continue like this, I can see people wakifika mwisho. I can see hiki kilio kikifika mwisho. Kwa sababu tunaona watu wakilia kila siku. Hawana chakula, wanalia njaa, wanalia chakula. Ng'ombe wao wanakufa, mizoga kila mahali. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening in this country. And it is a very, very painful injection. And I don't know for how long we are going to have this painful injection. Lakini tuyataka sisi, hatuna budi kuyaogea. This is your host, Gashis Kaman, the tallest man in Black Africa, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.